Shalom Chaverim. In Parsha Vayigash, Bereshit chapter 46, verse 27, we see that all the souls of Jacob's household went down to Egypt, and the total number is 70. But the sages notice that when we count up the 70, there's only 69. So, what happened? Who is the missing soul, they ask. There's one view that says it's actually Yochebed, and there's another view that says it's actually Jacob himself, but they're not sure 100%. So let's hold that thought. This can be illustrated with a story. Now, there was a rabbi who volunteered to do some reading for a blind kid, a teenager. And after visiting him many times, he got up the courage to ask him, how did he get blind? And the kid opened up and he said one day he was using some chemicals in the kitchen and it splashed in his eye, unfortunately. And the rabbi asked him, how did this make you feel? And he said, I felt devastated, obviously, that I ended up locking myself in my room for 6 months. I hated myself, and I even hated God. And then he goes on to say that after a long period of time of being in his room, his dad came in and he said, son, I'm going out. You're going to put up the storm windows, and they better be up before I get back. And he walks out, slamming the door. And the kid's thinking to himself, is this a joke? Really? Does he not know that I'm blind? Like, I can't do this. And he was furious and really upset. And he's thinking to himself, okay, you know what? I'm going to give my parents not only a blind kid, but also a paralyzed son. And so, he finds his way out the room, feeling up against the walls, down the stairs, and then all the way to the garage. He finds the ladder and all the necessary tools, and eventually he actually puts up the storm windows. But little did he know that the whole time, his father was never more than 4 or 5 feet behind him. And so, friends, who is this missing soul? Let's go back to chapter 46. But if we go before that verse, in verse 4, what does it say? Hashem, the God of Israel, he says, I shall descend to Egypt with you, and I shall surely bring you up. Hashem was the 70th soul. And from this we can learn that whenever we go down into a spiritual Egypt, whenever Israel goes into exile, Hashem, their God, goes into exile with them also. Am Israel Chai. Israel lives forever. The reason they live forever is because they have the God of the living, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.